I've done a video on it myself, but a lot of people ask, like, whoa, you have this really cool credit card. What's the most expensive thing you've ever bought on it? Obviously, on the internet, people from Dubai or wherever, Monaco, Europe, even in America, they buy some really expensive art.
Yes.
I think the biggest purchase was around $200 million or $100 million on a credit card. That's just ridiculous. And I've known some people or heard some people have bought like a Lamborghini with their points. Yeah. What have you bought? What is the most expensive thing on your credit card?
I'm going to disappoint you, but it's Facebook ads. I spend so much money on Facebook ads. No, but reality, I'm a big watch guy. You know, I invest a lot. Something to mention, all my watches are at the bank, unfortunately.
Very good.
When I wear one, it's on me. And a lot of time now during the week, it's even at the bank. Yeah. I have an Apple Watch or nothing. So we live in a crazy world today.
And I want to add to that, guys. If you have a watch collection, Clem mentioned it here. I do the same thing. I don't keep that stuff at the house. I've seen people get robbed, and there's a lot of bad people. Smart to just go into the security deposit, pull it out, and then wear what you want. It's just part of the process, or plan it.
And 90% of the time, I walk in the street. I don't have one on me. It's at the bank. And number one rule, you can have the best house in the world. You can have the best guard dog. Leave it at the bank. Go change. Like it's something major. So the most expensive, I will say, is in our watches.
Which watch?
I maybe the one I'm wearing. This one was my dream watch. We talked about it when I got it.
Yeah.
So actually, this one is a pretty funny story. So my friend Jacob and Josh got me the watch from Rolex of San Diego.
I wanted that watch and I could not get it, and they discontinued it. So Kyron, my watch guy, if you're listening, I'm really disappointed. And my wife wanted it, and I've been on the list. So it's a beautiful piece. For those that don't know, it's a green or olive dial Daytona, all gold. It's gorgeous.
Yes. And so the day I got the Centurion, a week before, they surprised me. I don't get the call actually. I go there to actually give them a Christmas gift. And they arrived, the watch was there. I waited for 2 years, was my dream watch. I was obsessed with it. They are actually the dealer of John Mayer, because he's called the John Mayer.
Yep.
So it's something that is pretty cool. It's a watch I wear on really special occasion, because it's my dream watch. It's my favorite watch. Awesome. If I had to keep two, I will probably much keep this one and the Panda. They are like something that are really unique and important for me. So I got the watch the day before, and I always going to remember, because my statement closed the 24th and it was the 23rd. And I'm like, oh no, geez. It's a big one. So should I just, and the car was not active yet. So I was like, what should I do? And I'm like, what's the difference with 1 month? So that was one of the biggest purchases I did. I did also down payment on cars. That is part of the negotiation. Down payments on every time I can use it, I negotiate with them. So for example, I bought a car a couple months ago, and I told them, hey, the down payment has to be done with my Amex. So this way, also, you want to stay in good standing with Amex. You want to show that you can still spend, and you are still spending, and you are paying right away. So it was really important that every time I buy, I do that, and I get the extra miles.
For you, and especially with the amount that you guys travel with your company, it makes complete sense.
Correct.
Does the car dealership charge you a % on the Amex?
It's a negotiation. So I told them, no, if you do that, I don't want to be part of it. Watch, boat, whatever, is if you charge me a credit card fees, I don't charge credit card fees usually. So
I know something about you, and you've told me before, and I've asked one of your friends, FX. I believe I met him once. What would you give up, your G23 or your Rolex watch? Now we're talking about his beloved boat, or his beloved watch.
It's really hard question, because watch are investment, and it's something that is a little different. So it's like it's a currency. You can trade the currency. The reality is
what makes you happier?
The boat, like by far, is I always say I will drive a Prius and be on a bicycle every day, even if fast lane is my business and I need a car, before I give up my boat. This is my happiness. This is my low times. This is something, that watch give you pleasure, but this one give me health, give me socialize. The day I got my first boat, my dad said, this is the best investment you ever did it for yourself.
Nice.
Number one, you're always going to be out on the water, so you're going to have vitamin for your body. Number two, you're going to have to stay healthy because you cannot be looking bad on the boat and wakeboarding and water skiing being fat. So it's something that is incredible. He said, you're going to socialize with people and have fun with it. So it's something that is really great. For business relationship, all my members, not all my members, but a lot of my members are coming on the boat. My client for the marketing agency are coming on the boat. Investor from the SaaS business that I have are coming on the boat and they love it. And it's actually a great way to demo music with that incredible sound system. And this energy that you're putting together is actually a really good investment. You're not going out, you're not going to restaurants, so
and you feel refreshed after. I owned a boat. I used to store it in my old warehouse. Obviously, this new building is a different building, but my dream's always been to get a boat house or a lake house.
I have one for sale right now, so if you want to, it's perfect. But in San Francisco, it's going to be hard. But that's the point. So now we have a partnership with a local dealer. It's called M2O. And also Nautic, so they're going to help us to get more boat every year. Yes, because the synergy is absolutely amazing. We had a yacht party last week. We took the new boat out. People were wakeboarding, wake surfing. And in the same time, those customers are customers who buying boats. So, we realized that it was really good. So they're giving me incredible deal on this boat.
And I want to add to the audience because they may, when Clement and I are talking this, because we've done research on the boat, we both know what Nautic is and the G23, the G25 Paragon, et cetera. It's the boat's about 200,000 plus.
Way more now. They increase the price. Now a Paragon is $500,000 plus option. Wow. They just released a new model 3 weeks ago. It's incredible. Yeah. We talked a lot with Nautic. We talked a lot with local dealers. And I was with another dealer than my dealer yesterday. And we talked with Miami because now Miami is kind of doing the same thing for Fastlane because it's the same thing. And obviously, it's no competition between San Diego and Miami. Yeah. So they're actually helping each other. They said to sell a $500,000 Nautic boat is going to be really, really hard. Wow. But you have people who are going to do that out there.
Yeah, and Bugatti sells like a $500,000 boat as well. Very luxurious. I mean, these are wake boats or ski boats. Miami, obviously, I love Miami. A piece of my heart's there every time I go. And
Bugatti for me is people who like to party but don't like to wakeboard or wake surf.
It's more
Nautic for me is like the Graal. My favorite band is like American Express. When I was a kid, to tell you the story, I had a huge poster of a super Nautic in my bedroom. Wow. So for me, it's like having that today is good. Another story, I worked a full summer as a painter when I was 16 years old. Oh, wow. And we had a summer house and I bought a really tiny boat with a steering wheel. I wish I could find the picture. And on the side of the boat, it was like a 9 horsepower boat or something like really small. I put a huge Correct Craft logo on the side. So that was used to be called Correct Craft, not Nautic. Yeah. So the vision board of your life is always really important.
It's like a vision board. You visualize it. And you did it with the Amex Black Card. You've probably done it through your whole life. And,
correct.
I tell people all the time, no dream is impossible. You just visualize it. You work for it. Daily improvements, but that boat is wonderful, and that's why I asked that question. I said, "Which the watch or the boat?" You've said the boat. FX was right. He knows you very well. All right, let's get back to the Centurion, and let's talk about some of the downsides of the Centurion. And we're not going to Amex is Amex, so. But what are some of the problems or improvements you could think Centurion could make, particularly Centurion?
So number one is I think that you'll change a card. If you have the wow factor, it's no wow factor anymore. I mean, it's cool, but it's like the weight. And go back to the design of before. So that's number one. Number two is I think is sometimes the concierge takes too much time.
Sure.
So if I want a restaurant in emergency, I have more chance to, with my contact and my connection, to have a place at that restaurant than calling Amex. It happened a couple of times, and finally they offer me different restaurant and option. I say when I want to go somewhere, it's because I want to go somewhere. So last time I was in Arizona, I wanted to go to Toca Madera, And I call Amex, and it was like 9 a.m. I say, hey, can I get a table at 8 p.m.? They call me back at 5, say, hey, we cannot find you a table. So I was like, okay. So they offer me other options that are like not what I wanted.
Yeah.
I called 2 people and I got a reservation at 8 p.m.
So
3 hours
crazy.
later. So the reality that is sometimes I think they have a relationship, but sometimes if you do it long time in advance, it's amazing. For example, I went to Paris. I sent an email with 6 restaurants I wanted to go. They booked everything. Everything was super well handled. No issue with that. On day-to-day basis is a little issue. The last one is, I think when you have a high purchase, something over like $10,000, they should have at least the same benefits on the platinum. You know, it's like the 1.5 is something I think it should be a little better, and other way to get more reward on the refund.
I agree. I will double up on pretty much everything you've said.
And the last one, and I forgot, the last issue that has Amex is that they don't sponsor Fastlane Drive.
Oh yeah, well,
I
that
think
could
it's
change.
it's a target market and is a great
that
community.
One, absolutely your target market. That one could change with time. I'm sure as you keep growing chapters, and we'll get into that. I'll agree. I think the weight of the card, it's slimmed down. So it went on a diet from years before. And then at the same time, I will say that sometimes the concierge, depending on who answers, now they're not robots, so they're not there 24/7. But you get a really good concierge at times, and then you get part of the team, someone that, listen, people have different days in their life and so forth. They just don't seem as they've given you as much attention. So of what you're expecting. And like you said, when you're reaching out, you're usually probably thinking this is a problem-solving experience for me. So I'm reaching out to my concierge thinking that they're going to be able to do something that I might not be able to do in that moment.